Hey there YouTube, Rob here with Rob's Repair, coming at you with another video. Today we're going to restore this little snap-on Ferret F70N ratchet. I found it at a garage sale. I got a good deal on it, paid like 10 bucks. I want to bring it back to life, maybe get it to shine a little bit and get it working good. So we're going to take her apart and see what's going on the inside. The ratcheting mechanism seems to be working pretty good. It binds just a little bit, so I want to take it apart and clean everything up. Let's get started. So we'll clean out these little screws here so we can get a better bite with our screwdriver. That should be good. Yeah, they're coming out just fine. There's one. And two. Let's see if we can pop this thing apart. There we go. But let's start working on this. We'll get this shined up. I'm gonna hit it with the wire wheel. I got a brass wire wheel on my bench grinder. We'll do a once over with that, and we'll try to polish her up. So let's get started. Alright, so it cleaned up pretty nice after about 10 minutes on the wire wheel. And this thing is in actually really good shape. There's a couple small little dents where somebody was pounding something with it, but overall it looks good. And even with the wire wheel on the bench grinder, I was able to get in where this little switch is. It's a little stiff, but we'll get her loosened up. So I think what we'll do is we'll polish it up. I got this little polishing wheel that I got from Harbor Freight on my old Craftsman drill press here, and believe it or not, it does a pretty good job. On my last video I restored another snap-on ratchet, a 1/2-inch drive, and this thing really put a shine on it, so I'm going to do the same to this. And we're going to get this so it's looking pretty good. I'm not worried about it looking perfect. I want to use this ratchet, and I'm just looking for good working condition, nothing that I'm going to be hanging up on the wall just to stare at. So let's get started. So after a few minutes on the buffing wheel, it's looking good. I don't know how old this thing is. I'm thinking like World War II era. I'm gonna have to do a little research on it, but I mean, it shined up nicely. Next, we'll probably start cleaning this stuff up. I'll hit this with a wire wheel, and maybe this too. I'll see if I can get this on the polisher. It's kind of hard to do small pieces like that on my little buffing wheel, but we'll see what we can do. We'll clean up the screws a little bit. I'm gonna try to clean out in here, maybe get a pick in there and try to get some of that gunk out and spray it out with some brake clean. But I'm happy with the way it shined up. I was able to get this switch cleaned out inside there and polish that up. So I think this will be a handy little ratchet. It'll be a good addition to my collection I got going on. It's really cool. It's, I would say, roughly 6 inches long. I'll have to count how many teeth are on here, but It'll be a sweet little ratchet when I'm all done with it. All right, so I got this little backing plate cleaned up really well. That turned out nice. I hit it with the wire wheel on my bench grinder and then was able to buff it. Same with this. I hit it with the wire wheel. The back side of it is the only spot I used the buffing wheel on. But I figured I held on to them with this. I figured they'd come loose and go flying across the shop when I hit them with the wire wheel. But man, these little Nipix pliers are awesome. They just held that thing tight. They got such a tight gripping strength on them. All right, so let's throw this thing back together. We'll put this gear back in, and then we will put a little 3-in-1 oil on it. A little bit around the gear, a little bit around the mechanism here. And this backing plate, this side, I don't think it matters which side we put in or out, but this side looks a little better, so we'll put it on the outside. And that thing is a tight fit. All right, it's in there flush. We'll get our screws set and we'll have to test this thing out. I thought about putting a little Loctite on these, but I think we'll be all right without them. All right, there she is. And that is nice and smooth. I like it. Wipe this thing off with a rag. I'll probably coat it with a little WD-40 before I throw it in my toolbox. But that turned out nice. There it is, folks. This thing is, it's got a little oil port right here, which is nice. But it turned out great. Handle looks nice. You can see the snap-on logo. Made in USA, and there's a patent number on the back. Like I said, I think this is like World War II era. It doesn't have like a chrome plating on it. It's kind of got that industrial look to it, which is kind of cool. I really like this ratchet. I think I will end up using this quite a bit. Yeah, that thing is smooth. This is gonna work great. And I couldn't believe how tight this machining is, like this backing plate. That thing is on there, and there's not much clearance. It's just really snug fit. Really well made. Well, everybody, I hope you liked this video. Like I said, this isn't really a show piece, but this is something I'm gonna be using probably every day in my shop, working on stuff. It's old, so I'm not gonna beat on it too bad, but it'll definitely get used, and I think it's gonna be a cool little addition to my ratchet collection. So, I hope you liked the video. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll see you next time.